So that's me. So I'm Maria Spino. I am the executive producer, director, and writer of the sequels, the after the sequels properties, not the sequels, but the after the sequels properties of episode 10, 11, and 12, as well as the showrunner for the TV series that we're doing called Star Wars In Between. And with me, I have 6 of our actors, which is great. I have an entire panel of actors. I love actors. They're my favorite people on earth. So I'm very happy to have them here. Please do welcome the very first one, the only, Madeleine Norton, who plays our wonderful Rey. Hi, Maddie.
Hello!
Yay, Mads!
Excited to be here.
The other half of her, of course, is the one that plays our lead actor in this franchise, in this post-franchise. And that is Daniel Davenport. Welcome, Daniel. He is our Ben Solo.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, this is so cool.
This is cool. And of course, with him, we have someone who I feel like is just all around one of the best folks I've ever met. Like, he's just great. I love him so much. And he happens to play a character that I really do adore. I love his character. And I felt like we needed a little more of his character. So please do welcome Tony Rescigno. And he plays Poe Dameron.
Hello.
Welcome, Tony.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
All right. And then I'm just going to go right into it. My 2 fellow New Yorkers are coming up. I am from New York. My husband's from New York. So, we couldn't go without them. And they happen to play really interesting characters that a lot of people actually love from the original trilogy. And we're bringing them back into this After the Sequels program. Please welcome Donna Heffernan, who plays Norra Wexley. And with her and alongside her is her buddy. They actually have been friends for years, which is great to see them come together and to do this. Please welcome Charlie Wilson, who plays Wedge Antilles.
Hey, everybody. Yeah. Wait, her.
yes.
Well done.
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we welcome Kyle Bargoot, who is going to be playing 2 characters for us, which is kind of cool. And he plays both a Darth and a Jedi, so that's pretty interesting.
Dream come true, gotta tell you. Sith and Jedi, come on.
I know, right? Like, that's the dream, right? Hot dream, right? So he's going to be playing Darth Zanos for us for an episode 10 and, episode 11. And he is also going to be playing Cal Kestis for us, which is why he's here. So welcome, panel. How are you guys? I have missed your faces. I love working with all of you. It's so great. All right.
We love you too, Maria.
Absolutely.
So I've also had, we have all of your links that the moderators are going to be bringing up as you guys talk and you guys speak. So I have all of your links, integrated into Nightbot so that they can just pop those right back up for you so that we can get everybody's socials shared out and everybody's, followed and all that good stuff.
Awesome.
All right. Okay. So I think one of the things that I want to start with is I want to let each of you kind of talk a little bit about how you guys feel about the work that you've done with us, about our team in general, about all these beautiful people that you've gotten to work with. And I'll start with Maddie.
Oh my gosh. Yay. Working on this show has been so fantastic, not only because I'm a fan of the Star Wars franchise and have just grown up with it as a kid, but also as an actor and voice actor. Just getting so excited about the animation process as well as the storyboarding process and seeing how the story was written. It was a fantastically collaborative process. Hearing from everyone during the process of recording and rehearsals and whatnot. And so I really felt like I got to know everybody during this. and got to know my character a little bit more. I hope. And I had such a blast recording for it. It kind of, I don't know, it's sort of like been a dream this whole time. So I've had a great time.
Excellent, Maddie. And we love having you here. You have been just super, super stellar. And your work is absolutely fabulous. So, all right. And Dan, what about you? Tell us a little bit about you and how your work on this project.
A lot in the same boat as Maddie. I mean, going into it, I was obviously super excited. I grew up with Star Wars. The earliest memory I have of any movie ever is seeing the Star Destroyer fly overhead in Episode 4, just as a tiny little youngin'. I was just hooked from that day on. So when I got the chance to do this, you can imagine I was ecstatic. Ben Solo, Kylo Ren being my favorite part of the sequel trilogy. I mean, this is just a dream come true, right? So being able to hop in, meet all of you lovely, lovely people I consider a family, and being able to flesh out this character with my own kind of vision for it and everything, as much as I am emulating Adam Driver, as you kind of have to. I like being able to give my own spin on it. So it's just been a great time exploring that. It's exploring that kind of that balance of being like expressive, but also being kind of conservative with his personality being a little bit more on the timid side at times. So it's been amazing.
Well, you know, he does teeter between the light and the dark. And Tony, how about you?
I mean, I gotta say, for those who don't know, in the voiceover world, it can be very lonely. You know, you're in a box by yourself, or if you go into a studio, you're alone, and then you leave, and then you don't hear back. So I'd say probably, you know, the most poignant thing I've really enjoyed about being on this team is that it really is a team. And, you know, Maria has made so many efforts to have us back for so many things, and just community events and being together and really fostering that team growth. And I think that's really awesome to get that.
Yeah. And what do you think about your role and taking on the monumental task of Poe Dameron?
Gosh, no, I've really enjoyed it. You know, I think that my background I have in marching band has been such an important part of my life. So like having sort of that military aspect of like being, you know, that team efforts and working with people and combined efforts, but then also having the artistic side and, you know, getting to work with people has been really lovely. So it's been a great way to sort of channel that for me. Yeah,
absolutely. Poe is, you know, he's both a lover and a fighter.
Yeah.
Donna, what about you? Tell us what it's been like to be part of this team and working with us, and a little bit about your character.
I join everyone's sentiments in that it's been an absolute joy and honor working with such talent. I adore you, Maria. I love the fact that I'm playing a very strong, feminine character. We don't have enough of that, and especially of a woman of a certain age.
Yes.
It's been a wonderful experience. I love being back with Charlie, who I won't give dates or years, but he and I have been working together for a very long time.
1890.
Yeah.
1890 something.
Yes.
What's your secret?
Thank God for filters on the
Exactly.
video. Yeah. I'm 180 in dog years. It's been wonderful. And I'm looking forward to the future and for more episodes and looking more towards the storyline of Norra and Wedge. Really interesting connections there, and of course brings out the history, the most rich history of Star Wars, which I think people should, you know, there's a look back to the strength of Princess Leia and how the Resistance began. It's very important, and I'm honored to be here.
Yes, and I mean, you know, to honor Carrie Fisher, I mean, what a great, she's a legend, right? And so
Absolutely.
to be able to say, from my point of view, the reason why Norra and Wedge are here is to represent her and to represent her story, right? Because, you know, unfortunately we lost her, but we also lost Princess Leia, and we also lost Han, and, you know, within the sequels, and those two characters, you know, Norra and Wedge become a way by which we can tell more about Leia and Han.
Absolutely.
Without them being here, right? So it was really, really important for me because I wanted to reframe Han, you know, Han and Leia's interaction with their son, because a lot of folks don't really see, don't read the comics, don't read the books, don't read this, and they know very
it's
little
integral
about
to the backstory. right,
Yeah,
integral to the
absolutely.
backstory, and to have a fuller depth and understanding of the relationship and how
Yes.
he,
Yes.
matured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Charlie, what about you? How's
Yeah.
your interaction with us? And
Well,
how-
I have to echo much of what has been said. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole process has been so, I hate to throw around the word inclusive, but inclusive in the respect of everyone's valued. Everyone, this is a group effort, and coming together with everyone and getting to know everyone little by little, because we are remote. It's very hard and was able to be done here. So I think that is just remarkable and been wonderful as far as the journey's been, and getting to play Wedge, this
he's so iconic.
iconic OG,
Yes.
character, who I didn't know a whole lot about except from the first films,
Yeah.
and I'm really, like Donna said, anxious to see where he goes, where he and Norra go, because they, being originals and being representatives, as you said, Maria, of Leia, we represent that old guard, if you will.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
we are truly the melding of the newer generation and the older guard. And
Yes.
so that's really what I love about this character, and he's got nowhere to go but up, and so I'm looking
Yes.
forward to more. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
So
I love the story, and I just love the story of Wedge because in the legend side of the house, he has like a whole completely different story than he does in canon. But
Right.
even the stuff that is in canon isn't well known about him either. And there's a lot of people who love Wedge Antilles as a character just because he's like your top tier flight pilot, and he's just the bomb.
he's a fetish.
Yes, he is, right? Yes, he is.
I'm fetishy, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so I just love to be able to tell more about his story. And I love that they wrote, there is a book series called Aftermath in Star Wars that really tells the story of Norra and Wedge very deeply. And I love, I love how they come together, because they do kind of are bonded by tragedy and loss, and a lot of stuff in Star Wars, a lot of the love stories in Star Wars are bounded together by that. So very cool. And Kyle, what about you? I mean, you get two different roles to play. So how do you feel about the team, and how do you feel about this process and your characters? I mean, you have an original Darth. We created this this character for you, which, by the way, we're like in the process of creating his lightsaber sounds. How cool is that?
That was cool, getting to hear those like as they're being made.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing, I've been blown away by you guys. Like the team that you've put together, the professionalism. I mean, certainly the most professional casting call I've ever seen go across CCC.
Yes.
I have been cast in so many roles that just never even made it to a mic. Like I when I saw this, I went, oh no, this team's serious. Like this is actually gonna get done. Like and sure enough, here we
Gonna
are.
be out
I mean,
there. Yep.
I had a blast at the rap party that you hosted. The
That was
virtual
great. Yes.
kind of mystery stuff. Like that was so cool. And then even just the auditioning process itself. Like you guys were very thorough, and I actually auditioned for Tony's role up there,
Yes.
Mr. Poe Dameron.
Yes.
But my ponus was not up to snuff, so you came back at me and had the disappointing news. Oh, you're not going to be Poe Dameron, but I want you to be our new Sith and a Jedi. And I was like, oh, totally. I would have auditioned for that.
Wait
I'm
a
so
second. I
ready.
didn't know this was on the table.
Like I am so, and then when it became that, it's a Zabrak and he's a Blade Master, like you have no idea. Back in '99, when Phantom Menace came out,
did your mall alerts kind of tingle in the back?
oh
right?
my god, yeah, like like all my neighborhood friends, we were all geeks, and we
can
would
relate.
play lightsabers with wiffle bats and stuff. And then that year, my parents got me the Darth Maul lightsaber. And so you can imagine, I was Darth Maul for the whole neighborhood.
Oh my
like that was. So now it's just kind of like I've come full circle. I love it. I can't wait to see how this thing shapes up,
Yes.
and even to just be Cal Kestis beyond that. I'm
Yes,
so excited.
beyond that. Yes. So, yeah, and I mean, Cal, he's very special, near and dear to me for various reasons. And so, no pressure. No pressure.
Right. Yeah.
It's like I tell Tyler, because Tyler Weston, who plays Anakin Skywalker, Anakin is my favorite character of all time. And I'm always like, no pressure, Tyler. And he's like, right? Yes. Yeah. So, and Dan, you are a Darth Maul aficionado, aren't you?
I'm obsessed. Yeah, he's my favorite character in canon for sure.
Yeah,
It's just Sam Witwer just brought that character to life and just aced it in every capacity.
Yes.
Dave Filoni reviving it. It's phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
super.
So
cool.
Kyle, we're gonna have to talk, man. We're gonna have to have a conversation.
Put our horns together
it
and
out a little
figure
bit.
this thing out.
That's right.
There can only be
Well,
one.
Ben Solo and Darth Zanos.
We will have our revenge. Yes, good.
All right.